Hey everybody, welcome to another episode in my series Meet the Team here at loanDepot. We've got our very own Beatriz Camacho. How are you doing, Beatriz?
Hi, I'm doing great, Steve. Thanks for
This is
having me on.
Yeah, are you kidding? This is fun. And it's fun for me because you and I worked together at a recruiting firm for a year.
That's
And
right.
you were in production before that, and then you got into production after, and now we're wearing the same jersey.
I know, it's pretty amazing. I love it. We're on the same team again.
I know, it's fun to work with you. Hey, so can you just start real quick by sharing who you are and who you work with and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Beatriz Camacho, and I've been in the industry, gosh, probably going on 7 years now. My specialty tends to be that first-time buyer, that individual that needs that explaining and needs that like product availability, right? And my book of business primarily comes from referrals, from realtors, past clients that refer like friends or family.
The good
And
old-fashioned
again,
way, right?
just old fashioned, yeah, just word of mouth.
And then which office do you work in?
So I work out of Irvine. I love that branch. It's great.
Yeah, with Adam and that crew. Good people.
Yeah, great people. I mean, I love the fact that we have our own dedicated ops team to support the branch. It certainly makes for the process to go a lot faster and smoother and streamlined. And that's huge when you're switching over to a new company.
Oh, definitely. Hey, and I think you're beginning your third month with us, right?
Yes,
About.
that's right.
So when you were going through the process, and I know you were talking to multiple companies because you have a lot of relationships, what were some of the things that attracted you to loanDepot?
Well, the number one thing was definitely the technology. That was huge because, being at different companies and having different LOS systems and POS systems, right, front end and back end, it can really bog down your system if you're constantly transferring data from one to another, a lot of data entry, just a lot of input time versus a system that almost has like some AI built into it. I don't know.
You can
Because the
practically
application
think it and
process
it
is pretty
shows
fast.
up.
Yeah, yeah. And so to be able to do an application, it's quicker. To take the file from start to like setup it's like clicks and boom, boom, boom. So for me, that's been the most exciting thing. And one of the things that I was looking at very, very meticulously at every company.
Got it. So how much time is freed up in an organization like ours and with our Mellow platform versus where you were before, as far as taking an application, disclosing, releasing to processing? Like what's the real impact for you as far as time savings?
It's night and day because where I used to spend almost 1 hour plus, like doing the setup and inputting and getting it all dialed in, no joke, it's like you can do it pretty quickly, more than half the time, probably about half the time, right? And it just allows you to put on more loans, go after the next call, go after the next relationship. I mean, I've honestly been pretty amazed because I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm done, you know? And I'm like, okay, that's loan number 4 for the month. Okay, I guess I can go work on another one, right? So that's been the most amazing thing of all.
Oh, that's awesome. It feels good to hear that too, because I think, you never want to have somebody make a change and have the same thing, just, change the name on the card and do the same thing somewhere else. So I've always
Yeah, and
felt
that's
like,
what I was finding really when I was looking. That everybody was kind of using that same general platform that most companies use. They just kind of twitch it a little bit of how they use it, but it's still very antiquated and it doesn't talk to your front end. And if it does, there's still a lot of data entry that has to happen. So now.
it seems for like the borrowers too, just expediting that process and having like a faster velocity to get docs, to get closed, just the whole experience for everybody, you and the borrowers and the referral partners is just different.
Yes, yes, it is very different. In fact, the comments that I get back from people that do the application is they tell me, "Oh, am I done? That's it?" And I'm like, "That's it. That's it. We'll take it from here."
Ready for the next one.
Yeah. So it's been great.
That's great. That's awesome. Hey, so how is your transition going? What's that been like for you?
Well, it's been pretty good. I mean, I've never been on like that first training sessions that we have. It was nice to get the agenda ahead of time. It helps you to plan and manage your expectations with your clients and your realtors. So that was really nice. I can say that at some companies that doesn't happen. You just get it that day. You're just like, whoa, I'm booked the whole day. What? So that was good. And then also I remember the class, it was so interactive that everybody was participating. I mean, people were chatting, and for it to be virtual and via Zoom, it was pretty exciting.
Yeah, that still boggles my mind. I mean, this last year, like we've, in some cases we were not even meeting face to face over the last year, and starting and getting up to speed, and just seeing a company pivot and be able to do everything remotely as effectively as we have. It's like, I'm absolutely impressed with just the organization's ability to do that effectively.
Oh, it was amazing, and then also there's someone for everything. So I think that's really nice too, where loanDepot is a big company, but you don't feel lost because, you can reach out to Joey, you can reach out to Allie, a trainer, and someone's going to jump on with you. And I think that's really huge when we start going into the virtual space. But it's also very efficient because, we don't always have time to run into the office when we're out meeting clients or realtors or doing our thing. So the fact that they can jump on, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. How have you rethought what you're doing with your business, or what's possible for you coming here now and just getting your feet wet? I know there's still probably a little soggy because it's new, but like, have you imagined a different like possibility for yourself production wise over the next year or two?
Oh yes, absolutely. Because, well, two reasons. One, because of the branch that I belong to and the capacity that we have at that branch, as well as the tools that has been big for me, right? To be able to work within my branch. And if I get a loan that's out of state, we have also team members that are licensed in other states like myself. And so we just co-collaborate. So I don't feel like I'm losing business. I feel like I'm just casting a wider net, right? Or when a client tells me, hey, I have a cousin in Tennessee, do you think that you can help them because you're Spanish speaking? I'm like, absolutely. So I love that. And then also with the product availability, it's really giving me, I feel like I haven't even scratched the surface, Steve. Like, I can make calls all day just on the product availability that we have to be able to grow my business, essentially, right?
Oh, that's huge. Well, especially in this market. I mean, the big banks have really dominated jumbo. There's a few mortgage banks out there that do it well, not great like a bank would do it, but it feels like our offering in jumbo is really competitive. And on any day we're better in price, but our guidelines are easier to work with, and the process is definitely smoother.
And to be able to take loans from big competitors, I mean, for me, that's been awesome because they get the personal touch, they still get the technology. And then, for me, probably the third thing on the list was pricing. And the fact that loanDepot is priced pretty competitive in the market, it just takes that out of the way that you can focus on the stuff that's really important, right? Like building that customer rapport, that they feel more comfortable just making that switch.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It's like having the scale and being as big as we are in this market just gives us the ability to be a lot more competitive on price than people who are smaller and just don't have as much to play with.
Right. Or even, people that just are at banks and they're run by margins that they're set, good luck trying to change that, right? And at loanDepot, I feel like we have so many ways to do a loan that you can still save your relationship, you can still keep your relationship, and then you can still keep producing, right? So, the fact that it counts in your units, I mean, I just see a lot of positivity for someone that wants to make sure that they're capturing as much of the business as they can.
Totally get it. Hey, what about the whole online space? I know Adam's branch, our whole company has a strategy for like online and playing in that space with, in-market experts like yourself.
Yeah.
How is that going to fit into your business going forward?
Yeah, so that's something I'm definitely going to incorporate as I did in the past. And it does work. People want education, people want information, people want to see someone that they can relate to, that they can like put a face to the name, that kind of thing. And so the fact that we have the capacity to be also very technical, we can combine those two things, and that just gives another sales funnel for my business. The non-QM product, our turn times, as well as, the technology, right? So I think of my business from different aspects. I think about it from my realtors partners that I work with. I think about it from my past clients, and our CRM allows us to, keep those, manage those. And then I think about the other possibilities, the non-QM product, as well as the online space. So being able to branch out into now 4 different sales funnels to bring in business, leaving the 5th one as referrals that people give anyways, it just creates a better encompassed business plan that's going to continue to give you opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, it's happening anyway. We all pulled those reports. Quicken is #1 nationally and in a lot of our markets here, especially. And just being able to play in that space. It's been fun to see how it's rolled out and how well it's been executed and adopted by everybody, really. It wouldn't work if the leads weren't good, or if, we didn't have a process really that is definitely buttoned up.
Well, and I think a lot of companies are missing out that are not social media friendly, because the fact that loanDepot encourages you to build your brand, to, build your presence, that's really big, because that allows you, again, to connect to your audience, to capture more with less time, as well as casting a wider net again, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm doing videos on my Instagram, on my Facebook, then that allows me to talk to who knows how many people. In fact, yesterday I get a call from someone that tells me, because I have my profiles online, all pretty cohesive, they all match, same picture, same company. It's not like my high school picture or something. So I get a call yesterday from a Spanish client that tells me, I found you on Facebook and I saw your profile that says, you speak Spanish, you do I-10 loans, and you work with a big company. And I said, yeah, I do. And they were like, I'm shocked you answer your phone. And I said, okay. I mean, it was pretty funny, right? Because now even more Hispanic clients, since I speak Spanish, are going to Facebook, are going to Instagram. And so it's an outlet that definitely needs to be taken advantage. And I'm certainly going to do that, as well as incorporating it into my business.
Yeah, I love the videos you used to do, and I know you haven't started doing them yet, but you were also on like live TV, which, I mean, how many people get that opportunity?
It was pretty awesome. I got that recommendation through a realtor that I used to literally door knock her office every week. And man, I was like, should I go? Well, I'm going to go and say hi anyways, And so one Friday she calls me and she says, hey, Beatriz, I know we haven't done business together, but you have such charisma and you're bilingual, right? And I said, yes. Well, one of the big Spanish channels is actually looking for a licensed loan officer to do their real estate segment. Would you be interested? And I said, absolutely. I mean, I didn't even think about it, right? And next thing you know, they said, well, can you be here tomorrow, 5 a.m., camera ready, live? I'm like,
you're like,
sure. I couldn't sleep that night. I mean,
yeah, that'd be a lot of pressure.
It was a lot of pressure. But one of the things I was thinking about when I was going there, I've done Toastmasters for many years and a lot of impromptu speaking, stuff like that. And so I said, I already know this stuff. It's nothing I have to reinvent, nothing I have to think about. It's like if I'm talking to a client.
And what a great platform too, to just, be an expert, talk about stuff that's important to people, their audience, and just, that must have been such a cool experience.
It was. I got to do that quite a few times. And I did get some online presence. And in fact, some of the videos are still on the web. I put them on my LinkedIn. But it does give you credibility. People that look me up and they see it, they said, oh, are you the girl that came out in Univision? I'm like, yes, that's me. So it's been great.
Well, I'm excited that we're wearing the same jersey, and I know you're off to an amazing start. Looking forward to great things for you. And it's just nice that you're happy and having fun and getting your feet settled. So
yeah,
thanks for going on this journey with us.
Thank you so much, Steve. I know one of my goals is to share it with other producers like myself, that are in the Hispanic market that feel like technology might not be a fit for the client, but it is, right? I have found that to be 100% true at loanDepot. And so for me, it's kind of being that testimony of a loan officer that it works 100%.
I love it. Well, thanks for all you do. And I know you're going to have an amazing year, and just grateful that you're, we're wearing the same jersey again and you're having fun.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Steve. Take care.
All right. You too, B.
Bye.